that, man. TH and TED and Infi are actually fighting for that. Only two, of course, can go to Xi'an to the Grand Finals later in July. But now, round 3, representing the Rogue Warriors. It's the champion of 2009. It's Infi. And ice丶orc, one of the most promising talents in Chinese Warcraft, alongside Hug and Linguagua. Maybe it's funny, right? How all these new rising talents are orcs.
That's true. Why is that?
I don't know, Remo.
Was there a orc boot camp somewhere that we haven't heard about? But no, absolutely. Guagua and Hug both have made quite the have had quite the performances and have been quite impressive this year. Ice丶orc is still lacking a step behind them compared to like all the accomplishments from them. But guess what? It's ice丶orc in this qualifier. No Hug, no Linguagua in our top 8 here in the WCG China regional finals. So how are we starting off? This is Echo Isles, small map, lots of claws, should be a Blade Master, and it certainly is.
Infi's qualifier, by the way, fairly easy. The two guys we know a nickname of that he defeated were Ghoulie and Pink. That's like tier 4 of China, so pretty easy. Of course he didn't.
It's like Remo tier, I think.
It's, yeah, like clean sheet for Infi so far. He is in a pretty good position, I think, shape-wise. He was second place at Next. He won 2 WGL qualifiers. He was second place at Jewel. So it's okay. He should absolutely be considered top 3 in this qualifier. But he has to bring it to the table. No Infi allowed. And Echo Isles, we talked about it. Human versus Orc. This is one of the like more special maps for Human, as you can expand.
Against Orc has always been dangerous, but doable on very rare maps like this one. Blade Master showing up with a grunt can be dangerous, but it might still be good enough to pull off a fast expansion. However, we see the first green camp being attempted, and ice丶orc once again super aggro, going for a fast tech without a shop, not going for any items at all, when this is the greatest map to stack up items on.
Yep, he wants to prevent the progress on the Archmage, as we've seen before. Super important. Chao KK and ice丶orc both were not able to do that against TH, so hopefully for the Orc Horde this will go a little better for the Blade Master right now. There's of course only one shop. To people who don't watch too much Warcraft, that means shop control is very important.
It absolutely is. Gotta make sure you get those heal scrolls and invulns, both gonna be crucial later on, so grabbing map control is gonna be a big deal.
It was a pretty fast tech, by the way, without a shop, so
yeah, absolutely.
Just barracks and burrow.
That is the big benefit of this opening. You can also, of course, keep pressure on the AM, make creeping hard for him, but the big upside is the fast tech. The faster you can basically get it.
Ooh, look at the blocks from this grunt. It didn't work too well in the earlier stages that we've seen in this qualifier, but here ice丶orc, a little exclamation mark showing Infi, hey man, I know how to play this game as well.
Oh, but now losing the shop, that does hurt a little bit. Blade Master needs to pick up some kills here. He's falling far behind in experience, much like we saw earlier. He's going to get the Water Elemental. That's 42 Fancy Pants experience right there, and every footy, of course, grants him 40 as well. AM now going to the shop. It's probably going to be time for those boots. He's got the gold for it. Hopefully he doesn't double-click, because as nowadays, you can even buy 2 boots.
Well, he doesn't have 500 gold, so
unlikely to happen. True. Gets the boots, gets the dust. Is he going to steal the circlet away as well? He knows the Blade Master wants to go for it. It's a staff. Okay.
Lots of gold invested, but oh, it's so worth it. Stealing this camp away. This was TH's answer to ice丶orc before on AI, and this seems to be Infi's answer as well. No expansion, by the way. It is a tier 2 tech by Infi as well. Trying to get the last hits here. And Claws of Attack. Oh yeah. Infi had an account once called I Need Claws on his first hero, and yeah, here he got some.
He's chasing down this footy here with the Blade Master, realized he was going back, so at least he gets the kill. But the main still seems somewhat exposed with this. Getting a grunt surrounded here is not allowed, and it's not gonna happen as it seems. Still no shop?
Still no shop.
Oh, there's no, it's not a shop in the back. It's a totem.
Yeah, there's no shop. So no speed scroll, making it harder to engage into fights at tier 2, and also no healing at the moment, so he can't play it too risky with the Blade, but the Blade like seems to have no idea where Infi really is, only now finding him with the Grunt Scout. And Infi is playing a very smart game and keeping the Orc away from his base, just checking in time, getting the production buildings up, delaying the Orc play in general.
Honestly, I'm kind of surprised that Infi isn't trading more. Like, he wasn't attacking the grunts as much as he could have. He knows that there's no shop, so healing up is going to be very difficult. So once the Shadowhunter comes out, if the grunts are hurt, what can you really creep? Especially if the human is nearby, not much of anything. And the footy once again giving his life in a very valuable way. The Blade Master here is going to be stuck on the other side of the map, whereas the Archmage is creeping up the next camp.
And now what can the Shadowhunter creep? Like, the upper green is gone, the bottom left expansion is gone. This is the go-to spots for the Orc, and the item is gone as well. Second clause of attack.
And the ring is actually also really good.
Yes!
The new rings, they've all been buffed for the MK for every frontline tank. These rings are really good nowadays. MK is going to gladly accept this one, as it's most likely going to be an MK. Normally we don't see any other heroes anymore. In the past there used to be a meta that was focused more on pushing and timings and tower rushing the Orc. There we would see a lot of the Beastmaster, but it's not romantic, so it's not going to happen.
Yeah, it's so hard to attack for Ice Orc now, or to do something. I think he still doesn't have a shop, right? So he has no speed scroll. Shadowhunter is going for the 6 o'clock position, but that is very obvious now. The distraction is working nicely, though.
There's good Blade Master usage. He's cancelling a bit of healing and clarities, and he keeps information, more importantly, so the SH can have a good start into this game. The clock, the in-game clock, is also very important. Once it hits daytime, Heal Scroll and Invul both become available. Crucial items in this matchup. And we're pretty close to this, so with the Blade Master advantage of invisibility, of course, this may very well go to ice Orc.
But he's moving away from it. We see a little difference, by the way, from Infi's playstyle compared to TH. There's no Rifleman. There's an early Sorceress, so I think it's most likely Stormbolt Bash on this Mountain King. And a little lack of damage, maybe, making it up with more like support. With more slow and more heal. And most likely earlier breakers as well.
We're gonna have the first contention of a bigger camp here now at the red. No, wait, it's not red. It's yellow. But it's almost red. It's very close to red. It's a big item, though.
It's as important as a red spot.
It's the only big consumable here on the map. Greater mana is the big prize, but also greater healing. Greater invul, very good. So both want it. MK now very close to level 2. The Blade Master's coming up from the south with the Scroll of Healing. But yes, he may have gotten that item and probably the invul as well, but he's going to lose the Ogre Magi, and the item goes to the MK.
Scroll of the Beast. With this army, not the greatest item, as all the casters have low damage, but for the Water Elemental and heroes, it's kind of nice, depending on if you can use it before the Walker Dispel is there or not. Watcher Wards come in very handy for Ice Orc, though, having some eyes on the map, getting a little more scouting done, and oh boy, this could be an interesting position as Infi is creep checking him.
Alright, does he want to engage into this, though? This seems a little bit eager. Blade Master's level 1, though. Okay, that's pretty bad.
Nice last hit here to get the level up for the Mountain Kings.
So does he have Clap or Bash? That's the question. Ideally, Infi wants to fall back into this little narrow choke, and there is the Clap. Only level 1, though. Not that scary. The first priest is dead. Was really far out of position. Way too far forward.
He still doesn't have a speed scroll, right? I'm not too sure about the inventory on the Shadowhunter, but I can't remember seeing shop items. So getting out of that clap and slow build is so hard. Blade Master now in a little bit of trouble, needs the heal wave.
Level 2 heal wave now. That's a very big deal. Also heal scroll still available, I believe.
There it is. But he's not disengaging from this fight. He just wanted to save the Raider, actually forcing the town portal with this hero focus. No crit luck, so the Mountain King gets out. But Ice Orc surviving fight number 1. And getting the 350 gold item out of Infi.
Yeah, winning the fight as well, not just surviving. And now he's going to get shop control as well. The second heal scroll should be available. And I think that was a bit of overconfidence from the favorite here. He's like, I'm Infi, you're Ice Orc, this is easy, I take one fight and then the game is over. Honestly, you kind of want items. You kind of want level 3 MK. And you don't want to fight into a level 3 Shadow that he just hits the level up right there. So this was not the greatest fight to take, honestly.
The items certainly helped, though. Once again, he's focusing more on items, getting an early mana potion, once again having the Blade Master at the shop, getting a speed scroll to get out. I love this footman, by the way, giving vision to Infi to see, okay, I gotta be a little quicker with this camp because the Orc is storming in with quite a supply lead. What?
He has no TP, right?
No.
He could just be getting completely caught over here. Militia support coming from the main, very important. Another reason why you also want to fight close to your main base, especially as human.
There's a flying Kodo is in. What a big damage boost this is now. Taking out the breakers means the Spirit Link cannot be stolen anymore. Heavy focus on the blade. Needs to get out. Oh, Heal Wave is there once again. Can he snag something? Dispel against the Water Elementals. Oh, Clap and Bolt again. Blade Master has to be so careful. If he dies, the Orc dies.
No Devour going off just yet. He was trying with the Kodo Beast, but didn't quite get it. And the damage against the breakers isn't the greatest. Usually it's the Blade Master doing the bulk of those DPS, but he's only level 2. Doesn't have any claws, despite the fact that this is Echo Isles. Shop coming up in the back once again, very early on. Once this is established, it's going to be a great foothold for the Orc side. Clarity running on the Shadow Hunter. He is the carry of this army, not the Blade Master. It's the supporting cast with the healing from the second hero.
And he's dealing with the front line. The breakers are almost gone. I'm not sure. Oh, the Clarity is running on the Shadow Hunter. So important. There's an invul on the blade. Might be forced into this soon. This was the last heal wave for now. But look at this man. Infi is retreating. And now the breaker is gone. And the shop is gonna be up. This was another great fight for ice丶orc.
Absolutely. He can creep the natural now. He can take that away. Then he's going to be level 3 Blade Master, possibly. Infi is re-engaging into this. He needs Militia, though. But does he still have any alive? I'm not so sure.
ice丶orc is pulling the right strings as well. Like, focusing on the Mountain King to cancel the Clarity Shop will most likely be cancelled. This is so important. And he dies. Or it breaks, basically. Doesn't finish. More workers coming. But this engagement by Infi was maybe key to survival, as there's no additional mana potions for now.
Exactly. It's all about the healing for the Orc side. You need that mana, those potions, those items to, have the sustain on the second hero.
Hero focus again. Doesn't dodge the clap with the backstep. But how's the Mountain King gonna get out of there? He doesn't have any items. Level up for him, but another ensnare. And Infi is losing his second hero. ice丶orc now has got to be careful with his with his Blade Master, but without invulnerability. How? Another casualty for Infi, who's down to 45 supply. ice丶orc can resupply his army now with mercenaries. This is gonna take some time. Level 3 for the MK, and actually this level up costs Infi a lot of time now.
And it's far from over, don't get me wrong, but this is starting to look like the first big upset. This is quite the lead now for ice丶orc. If he gets the shop up in the back, this is gonna be tremendous for him.
I like
knows
how
the NK's dead. Wants to get some more damage done.
I like how he's being the aggressor for now. He can still disengage, getting more experience with that Water Elemental. Archmage has good DPS, but that's about it. And just this little poking makes sure that this shop comes up. And now it's time to get some regen in.
Wow. SH almost level 4 right here. It's not that big of a deal if you don't go Serpent Wards. Oh, the Raider.
But the stats.
Out of position here. That is... saves him.
Right in time for now. But that's a lot of mana for just one unit. Mountain King at 50%. Infi with the advantage of the faster reinforcements, but again, Orcs going for the hero focus. Blade Master is still pretty hurt. Forces the TP again. That's the second time.
Yeah, more resources out of the human. ice丶orc should know the MK is almost back. I think it might be time to retreat right now. Looking for more peasant kills here. 1 or 2 here or there.
Of course he's smelling blood in the water. But is this inexperienced?
Oh, he gets the breaker as well.
Second
gets
one,
the ensnare into Devour. That's really nice. And suddenly, 59 supply. Infi's still sitting around 50. I think 44 only.
And that was the retreat at the perfect time, as we basically called it. Mountain King not back yet, still retreating to the shop.
Dude.
This is very intelligent play.
I think ice丶orc should go to the middle now. Go for the heal scroll. Perhaps there's even 2 in there. He doesn't really have the gold, but at
he's
least
an upkeep.
for 1.
That's how he loses the gold for now, and of course the mana potions all the time. Infi sends in Water Elementals to cancel the to cancel the clarities all the time. Also very smart. But these constant Water Elemental sends in is a lot of experience. Clap once more. Mountain King is back.
All right, Clap doing a good job here, slowing things down, but not too much follow-up damage at all. However, still everything kind of bruised just from the Clap. But this shop makes all the difference down here now.
And how bad is it Infi is not level 4 with this Archmage? Level 2 Brilliance Aura would be so much more healing, would be so much more slow. Because the sorcerers are losing a lot of mana thanks to the invisible cast that he constantly does on his summons. Yeah. Now second Kodo Beast. ice丶orc wants to put the nail in the coffin.
A general rule of thumb in this matchup also is if you have enough breakers to consistently steal all the Spirit Link, that's one of the biggest strengths of Orc taken away. How many breakers do we have? 3 only. That's not really enough to steal all of the Spirit Link over and over. So this should be protecting this, by this point, massive Orc army pretty well.
And again, Water Elemental dispelled. 159 critical strike. The spell got buffed once again in patch 1.31. This might be the final and decisive fight of the game. The Kodobeasts are not trying to eat something for now. Raider is falling to that clap. The Blade Master is bruised once again. Infi might getting the upper hand in the starting moments of this fight, but again, the Mountain King a little too far forward, and Snare hits him. There is an Invo Potion still on this blade going into backstab. Dispels on the Invisible. Blocks with this, and now the Mountain King dies for the second time. Just a tiny bit better as in the game against TH, and this time it works, and he benches the second hero once again.
And he knows it's going to be forever until he's back, so now is the time to look for more kills, to utilize this big advantage. Not even any militia coming. I think it's time for call to arms. Infi, you have to use everything. You weren't supposed to lose this game, but overconfidence got him on the back foot, and ice丶orc has been playing it really well from that position onward. I guess Infi thinks he has to go to the tavern, but how much is he going to lose to? And Snare looks like not too much. The Raiders seem to have all fallen previously.
This time now, ice丶orc is not in range of the shop. He can buy the potions immediately. Maybe with backpack doesn't have that. And Infi is getting the shop. So this is very smart play by Infi now, distracting ice丶orc to buy time for his Mountain King, to prevent him from regioning. This is what makes Infi so smart, man. The comebacks of this man are surreal. But, oh my god,
the experience, dude.
Close to level 5. ice丶orc is responding very smart, though. Splitting the hero to his base, getting the clarity and the potion there. Splitting the Blade Master to the shop to get the second invul, and probably get the heal scroll. He doesn't have the gold for it. But at least getting the invul again. So, of course, in those desperate situations, hero focus, especially with the Mountain King and slow and all the disable he has, is always an option. But with these two invuls, not too much, especially in combination with Spirit Link and Heal Wave.
Yeah, there may have been an opportunity there for Infi when he bought back the MK to get something.
Level 5.
Oh, the Devourer gets in the level up. To buy something at the shop, but he was too afraid. He went back to his main. He's going for mass potions on the MK. His Invis as well could line up for the perfect clap.
Oh, the Shadow Hunter is out of position though. Way too far forward, I think. But the Mountain King losing half of his HP once again. The number of breakers is becoming bigger and bigger. Can the Blade Master chew through this?
Disenchants here. Oh my god, massive clap right there from the Mountain King. That's a lot of damage. Still no heal store on this Orc side. He didn't have the money earlier, but again, the shop's coming. What about the Mountain King? Coming in with the dust, but not enough control. No more ensnares.
Oh,
but the Blade Master's reaching.
Crit! It's Groundhog Day! Third time in a row, Mountain King dies, and Infi seemingly a little desperate here. We have Berserkers backing this up for some extra piercing damage against the cast in the back. Blade Master's chasing these priests to deny the healing. Shadow Hunter again in trouble. He has an invul potion. Not enough mana for a heal wave at the moment. Is ice丶orc finally overextending?
I don't know. I think that was a Hail Mary on the Shadow Hunter. But without the threat of the Stormbolt, it is so hard to lose a hero, honestly. So easy to keep him alive, and now the Blade Master is the clean-up crew. The crits aren't even high, 129 only. His inventory has been abysmal this entire game, but the Shadow Hunter made up for it.
Oh, do we have a Raider here? No, that's a little lucky for Infi, that there's not too much siege damage. By the way, just yesterday, the legend that is Lin was destroyed by Infi at the next tournament, and now a 19-year-old kid coming in and is very, very close of winning the map and the match here. Alta is down. Mountain King can still be purchased from the tavern, but that costs a lot of resources. And the shop is back up for ice丶orc in the upper left, by the way. Again, a key moment. And there we go. That's so much gold. 36 supply for the human. He really doesn't want to invest this gold. Died with a TP, by the way. Going for the Archmage now. In the absence of the Mountain King, there's no disable on this. And Snare, the town portal is on the second hero, and the Archmage is dying as well. Fourth hero kill. The staff was a little, or whatever, the town portal was too late, and the upset is real. ice丶orc, the CSL champion.
Wow.
Defeating the Iceman. First Orc for ice丶orc.
Well done. Dude, his late game control